and that's kind of what's all come out of the book, is that, you know, I know what the purpose of my life is now. You know, I always thought that I was just a hockey player, you know, but, you know, I think during those times when I was drinking and using drugs and you know, was losing hope day by day, but in the back of my mind, I always felt that there was something bigger out there for me, and there was more that I was going to do in this life, and my legacy was going to be changed, and it has changed because I've written this book. You know, and in the end, I think that's what life is all about, is about, because the more service work I do, the better my life gets. So I'm not going to change that, you know what I mean? And I'm actually going to, you know, do more, and you know, and when I speak across the country, that's one thing that I try to pound into people, is that, you know what, if you're feeling crappy about yourself, go help somebody. You know, because and I also say, you know, I've won Stanley Cups and gold medals and all that kind of stuff, but I get more kick out of helping somebody than
it's more rewarding for you
than any Stanley Cup or anything has ever given me, you know, and because all I had left in my life was just a tiny glimmer of hope. That's all I had left. And because I tried to kill myself, you know, I was you know, had a lot of anxiety problems, depression problems, you know, all this stuff. But I had a little bit of hope left, and I reached out and I asked for help, and then somebody helped me. And, you know, so when I do get an email and somebody's reaching out, I'm like, yeah, of course, I'm here, you know, what do you need, you know, and that's important. I don't think we do enough of that, you know. You know, you should block off a part of your day or a part of your week where you do service work, because people need it, because you're the hope, you know, you're the hope. You know, you walk through that door of the shelter or homeless shelter or wherever it is, you walk in there, you're the hope. You know, you're giving that person hope, and you're helping them. And, you know, that's important.
That is important.
It's very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You say that nighttime was the worst time for you. You associated it with all the bad times in your life, nightmares, the abuse, and drugs. How do you get through it now?
Well, through my therapy process, I went to a treatment center in Santa Fe, New Mexico, that dealt strictly with trauma. Whatever kind of trauma you've been through in your life, that's what it dealt with. And while I was there, I found an amazing therapist who specialized in a process called EMDR. And basically what it is it's just kind of a little board that's in front of you, and it's a red light that goes back and forth. And you follow that red light, and it gets into your subconscious mind, all the stuff that you've buried throughout your life. And through that process...
Never heard of that.
No?
Sounds very interesting.
Through that process, I was able to discover all these things that I was buried, and then after I got everything out, then we worked on reframing all that stuff. So we did the kind of the reverse part of it. So for me, the dark room was, you know, obviously a difficult place for me to go. Right. But now, when I think about the dark room, we reframed it where all I ever wanted was some adult to come and get me out of that room and take me away from this monster, right? And so what happened was the big Theo goes into the room, grabs the little Theo, and takes him out of the room. And that's how I think about that now. I don't think about all that horrible stuff. And through that, the rapid eye movement stuff, that's what's in my subconscious now. It's not all that horrible stuff. So, and you know, you can go on to, I just Googled it, it's EMDR Canada, and comes up, there's like therapists like right across the country who have their information as to where you can go to get this kind of therapy. And you know, they use it with a lot of guys that have been in the war and that kind of stuff, and it's an amazing process that, and that was kind of the start of, because I've done every type of therapy known to mankind. So, but you know, that EMDR process really helped me in kind of reframing those couple years of my life, so that now I can actually, you know, be in a dark room and be okay. So, you know, I would recommend it to pretty much anybody who's, you know, suffered some sort of trauma or abuse or whatever it is. So, yeah. You know, when you read the book, you're just kind of like blown away at some of the stuff that you know, that I did. But, you know, I really wanted people to understand where addiction takes you, and that, you know, I would go to a bar and have one drink. I couldn't predict what was going to happen. You know, one's too many and 1,000's not enough, right? And that's the way it was for me. It was funny. My first AA sponsor, you know, told me one time, he's like, you know, I got to the point in my life where I was like, you know what, it hasn't gotten weird enough for me yet. And I was like, yeah, that really makes sense, you know? That's just kind of where I was in my life. I wasn't afraid of anything, you know? I wasn't afraid to die, you know? It was like I was almost wanting to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, but yeah, you know, thank God that, that I'm still here, you know, because I shouldn't be here. And you know, everybody who's listening today, I can tell you that, you know, no matter where you are in your life, you can always make it back, you know. You just have to reach out for help and accept that help. And once you do that, you're on your way to recovery and a great life. Because most alcoholics and drug addicts, we're all overachievers. And just because you're getting sober doesn't mean you still don't have that quality. You know, you still have that part of you. So when you get sober, the only way is up, you know. And, you know, like I said, read my book and then listen to me today. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it, you know. And you know, at the end of all my speeches, I say, you know, don't quit before the miracle, because we all have a miracle in us. We're sometimes afraid, and we allow other influences and whatnot. But, you know, my biggest thing was the day that I decided I was going to get sober, I called all my friends and I said, you know what, I'm not drinking anymore. Don't call me to go out, nothing. But you're more than welcome to come to my house, have dinner, we'll have a great conversation, da-da-da-da. One person I have left of all those people.
Really?
One person. And that's all I need, really. Because you want people that are going to support what you're doing. The people who don't support me, they're like, see you later, gone, right away, instantly. Because I don't want negativity, you know what I mean? And I don't want to co-sign their BS either, you know? And that's really important, that you put that support system in place. Because those are the people you're gonna have to lean on when you go through those hard times, you know? Those are the people you're gonna call and say, you know what, I'm jonesing, man, I'm gonna go out tonight. And those are the people that are gonna say, no, I'll be right over, you know, let's talk about this. And, you know, that's an important part of when you make a choice or a decision. You need to have that support system.